Hello everyone, and welcome to a pros and cons of the demo for the video game Cosmic Coop on Not Now Mom, I'm Gaming. These are short videos featuring gameplay clips or screenshots so as not to show too much in the spoiler department. Links to this review are in the description below. Let the reviewing begin. Pros: cute critter concept. I really like how you don't exactly go out and capture critters and store them on your farm, or even buy them from merchants, even though that could be a possibility. I'm not sure this is the type of farm that consists of egg-laying chickens, milk-spurting cows, or wool-sheared sheep. I kind of am hoping the critters give us some kind of unique items. But basically, you're going to be building decorations to place on your farm, and depending on the decoration, a specific critter will show up. You also have to have an appropriate environment for them, which I think is just another item you have to craft and place on the farm for them. And if you don't have the appropriate environment for them, their colors will be a gray, and when they're content, they'll have vibrant colors. So you don't necessarily have to worry about whether or not a critter will want to stay or leave. It was stated that some critters don't get along with others, meaning you might have to pick and choose which ones you like more. Kind of a bummer, honestly. Pretty big farm. I feel like it's a lot bigger than most farming games I played. But there are also some farming games where you have several plots to use. Maybe the biggest downside about a large farm is the fact that you have to run all over it trying to clean it up, or maybe even trying to remember where you put what. Is it a large farm though? Have I just not played a farming game in a while and this one is about your typical size? I'm not sure if this demo had it, but it would be nice to be able to see a map of the farm that shows where the decorations are as well as specific crops, perhaps even critters. I can't remember which farming game I played that allowed that, if it was Fae Farm or something else. But yeah, a big farm has a lot of potential. Cons: bad controller support. This was a big oof. You can do a lot of things on the controller, but its movement is really unstable when trying to choose an item on your toolbar, or even positioning yourself in front of a tree or rock to destroy for materials. It's just more of a hassle than anything else. Also, when it comes to hovering over an item to obtain information about it, you can't do that on a controller, only a mouse. And when you want to craft something, you also can't click the craft button on a controller, only a mouse. It really makes playing the demo with a controller pointless. Not to mention the keybinds change up every so often. It'll tell you to use A to perform an action and it's actually X. Game-breaking bug. On a controller, I was trying to figure out if I could hover over quest reward items that were shown to see the names of everything, and I pressed a button of some kind that froze the game to a certain extent. The animations in the background were still happening, time was continuing forward, but I could not get out of the quest description. I had to go into Steam and manually close the game, and then reboot it. This was before the tutorial was even complete. The first quest we obtained from Finna. Couldn't hoe the soil. Once the tutorial is over, you're free to do what you want and can on your farm. However, when I tried to hoe up some spaces to drop some seeds in, I found I couldn't. When I grabbed my hoe, it sounds weird, but it's not. The entire outline of my farm had green dashes around it and I couldn't tend the soil anymore. Anywhere. Which means the biggest aspect of farming can't be done. At this point, I stopped playing, seeing as I had no motivation to continue a farming game where I couldn't farm. Not to mention some of the things you have to build need the items that grow from seeds. No skip for intro scene. You have the choice to skip the tutorial section, but not the intro scene, and I thought that was a little weird. The only reason I noticed it is because I rebooted the game just to get the achievement, though I don't really think there's a point since it is a demo we're playing. But yeah, if you boot the demo up again, you have to click through the intro portion. And that's the end of our pros and cons review of the demo for Cosmic Coop. Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't get in too much trouble when you say, "Not now, Mom, I'm gaming."